Hi, it's Dr. Jennifer Luck here of Somerset Health and Wellness Center. All right, I'm so excited that you guys are here to join me. So I'm going to walk you through an exercise that I walk all of my patients through on their first visit. This exercise is to help you figure out where in your health you're stuck. There's always a place, there's always one thing or two or sometimes three where we get a little bit stuck, and we just need to have that clarity. We need to see the whole picture in order to make decisions about which part of our health we want to work on. So I need you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and we're going to get started. The first thing I want you to do is to draw a circle on your paper like this. And you're going to divide that circle into 5 pieces of pie. They don't have to be perfect, just 5 pieces. There we go. Great. I'm going to move over here a little bit and see if you can still see me. Awesome. So now what I want you guys to think about is, what are the 5 elements of health? What are the 5 things that are the most important things that we need to focus on in order to have a balanced, healthy life? So I'm going to give you the answers, but normally I make my patients come up with them. The first one is food, right? Food is such a huge part of what we do every day. The second thing is water, hydration, what we put in our bodies in the form of fluids, hydration. The next one is movement. And then we have sleep. And last but not least, we have mindset. Okay, so now we have our big 5 categories. I want you guys to take a second and think about each of these 5 categories, and I want you to rate them or scale them on how well you feel like you are doing at balancing that area of health in your life. So if we take hydration, for example, I want you to ask yourself the question, how much water do you drink in a day? What kind of things are you drinking? Are you drinking mostly water, or are you having a lot of alcoholic beverages and pop throughout the day? So if you're drinking 2 liters or 3 liters of water, your urine is nice and clear, you feel like your skin is nice and hydrated, then I want you to go ahead and give yourself an arc that's pretty high up there, like maybe an 8 or 9 out of 10. That's fantastic. If you're someone who struggles with drinking water, maybe you always forget to drink it, or you tend to drink a lot of things that are full of calories, sugar, chemicals, things like that, then maybe your line is going to be more like down here. So that's hydration. Now let's move on to food. When you think about being healthy in the food department, I want you to think about the variety of foods that you eat. So do you eat at least 40 different foods in a week? That's actually our goal. Do you eat out a lot? Do you order in? That kind of thing. So to me, a balanced, healthy lifestyle when it comes to food is somebody who makes most of their food from scratch, so they know what's in it and you have control over things that are being added to it, and that you eat a wide diversity of foods. It doesn't necessarily mean do you have food sensitivities or things like that, because that's really out of your control, but it's more what do you do to feed yourself. So if you're crushing it in the food department, go ahead and give yourself an arc at the top. Now let's move on to movement. Think about movement and also think about rest. 2 sides of the same coin. So do you move your body in a regular way? Do you get out for walks and exercise and things like that? But do you also know when to rest your body when it's tired? So if that's the case, you're going to go ahead and give yourself a pretty good grade. I'm going to give myself about that. Sleep. Oh my goodness, this is one we spend a lot of time talking about. So sleep, think about it in terms of a good night's rest. So do you wake up feeling refreshed in the morning, or do you feel like you spent the whole night tossing and turning? Do you have good energy when you wake up in the morning? Do you feel like your sleep is disturbed oftentimes, whether that's because you're waking up because you're snoring, or that you're having trouble breathing, maybe you have sleep apnea, things like that. So give yourself a grade for sleep. And then the final category is mindset. And I know this one deserves almost a wheel of its own. It is a huge category. Within mindset, we put things like our stress levels, but more how we respond to stress than the stress itself. The other thing to think about is relationships and healthy boundaries. Are we able to create good self-care routines for ourselves. Basically, what is your mindset day to day? So if you're someone that is really heavily stressed, you feel like your life is chaotic, you're running around between work and family and all the things, then you're probably going to give yourself maybe a little bit of a lower score in the mindset department because you know that there's work there that needs to be done. All right. So now you've done every single section. I want you to go ahead and connect all of these lines that you've made. So just make it however it is supposed to be shaped. There you go. And so now this is your wheel of health. And I don't know about you guys, but that wheel is a little bit wonky looking. So this is why I get my patients to do this exercise, because the goal of this is not to have a beautiful, huge wheel. The idea is to work towards having something that resembles a wheel, meaning that every element of your health is in balance and in alignment with each other. I would rather see somebody kind of at a 5 or 6 for all five zones than really crushing it in the movement department. For example, if you're like an avid runner and you're out every morning at 5 and you run for an hour, but you forget to hydrate and you're not sleeping or making your sleep a priority, that's not actually moving your health forward in a sustainable way. So I'm really glad you guys did this exercise. Have fun doing it and hang on to it, and we'll chat again about what to do with the results.